Mahigit 8,000 mga sundalo mula sa Amerika at sa ating bansa ang lalahok sa ika-29 na Balikatan exercise sa ating bansa. Sa pamamaraang ito, parehong grupo ang makikinabang sa ilang training at humanitarian practices na kanilang maia-apply sa kanilang aktibidad at responsibilidad bilang isang sundalo. Marami na kalinyang pagsasanay ang mga miyembro ng Balikatan at yan ay ating aalamin sa ating mga bisita ngayon dito sa PTV News Center na sina Major Emmanuel Garcia, Spokesperson ng Balikatan 2013, and Major David Eastburn, Balikatan spokesman for the U.S. Forces. Good morning, gentlemen.
Magandang umaga, Pia, at magandang umaga sa ating mga televiewers.
Major Garcia, kailan po formally nag-umpisa ang Balikatan exercises?
Well, itong Balikatan this year opened formally last April 5 and it will end on April 17. Pero before that, meron na tayong deployment of forces last March 10 dahil meron tayong mga ginagawang school buildings and iba pang engagement natin sa Zambales.
Yes, Major Garcia, para lang magkaroon tayo ng deeper understanding, ano po ba ang objectives ng Balikatan?
Well, ang objective naman ng Balikatan ay in line dun sa Mutual Defense Treaty and the Visiting Forces Agreement for the United States and the Philippines to have interoperability, no? Not only in combat aspect but most especially during this year and last year, ay yung humanitarian assistance, disaster response, at saka yung community health engagement and other humanitarian aspects.
So Major, may pagkakaiba naman ba sa Balikatan exercises noong nakaraang taon compared to this year?
Well, last year, focused on HADR. Ngayon, supposed to be focused on military-to-military engagements. Pero dahil sa nangyaring bagyo noong December, bagyong Pablo sa Mindanao, we pushed na ito'y maging HADR focus pa rin, no? Dahil kailangan natin ng template para magkaroon ng appropriate and responsive method sa mga disasters. That is why we have an HADR focus exercises with the scenario of a typhoon and maritime disaster naman, ship-to-ship collision. So yun ang tinitingnan natin na makakatulong sa iba't ibang mga bansa din because we have participants coming from Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Thailand, South Korea, and Japan. Kapag nakuha natin to, nagawa, ay yung template magagamit din nila when typhoon strikes their country.
Next question, sir, I'll address lang to Major Eastburn. Good morning po, Mr. Eastburn.
Sir,
how does this Balikatan exercise help to have a stronger relationship between our country and United States?
Oh, that's a great question. We've been doing this exercise for 29 iterations now, and every time we do it, we work to build capacities and relationships. We are able to react faster to given situations that may occur here, and it just helps us interoperability and helps us work together as a team and react quicker when something should happen.
Yes, Major, is it true that you're going to deploy at least 8,000 U.S. soldiers?
No, there's approximately 4,500 U.S. soldiers here working together with about 35 to 4,000 Philippine military. But combined, it's about 8,000, yes.
So, sir, in this year Balikatan exercises, what will be the contribution of our U.S. forces?
U.S. forces, we bring different equipment here that allows us interoperability, allows us to work together as a team. For example, our MV-22 Osprey aircraft. We bring some engineer equipment. We help do these HADR projects together, and we learn from our Philippine counterparts. For example, we don't have a lot of jungle environment in the United States, so one of the things we do here, we get to work with the Philippine military and do jungle warfare training, jungle survival, things like that.
Training survival, sir. So aside from new equipments, we have this lots of trainings to be conducted.
Yes, absolutely.
Sir, address ko lang yung question next to Major Garcia. Sir, ano po yung inaasahan ng mga sundalo sa pagsasanay na ito this time?
Well, ang inaasahan natin dito ay magkakaroon tayo ng mas malawak na subject matter expert exchanges between the United States Forces and the Philippine troops. Dahil every year naman ginagawa natin to, ngunit sa ngayon, mas marami yung mga nakapaloob na mga exercises. Katulad nga ng nasabi natin, yung HADR natin, dalawa ang focus nito, yung typhoon at saka yung maritime disaster. So tayo ay magkakaroon ng advancement ng skills, ng knowledge, and yung interoperability natin with the US forces. Yun ang talagang importante dahil hindi man tayo magkakamukha ng mga equipment, may itataas natin yung ating mga pagkilos o mga movement like dissimilar aircraft training or air movement. Yun po yung ating mga ginagawa. No? And tayo nagkakaroon din ng pagkakataon na makapagbigay tayo ng knowledge sa kanila dun sa mga subject matters nila masyadong alam, and sila naman nakapagbibigay sa atin ng mga subject matters din na tayo naman may kakulangan.
Major Garcia, paano natin magagamit itong mga natutunan ng ating mga sundalo? In what way?
Well, nagagamit natin ito dahil hindi lamang kasi sa combat aspect ito, tulad ng nasabi natin, yung template na ating magagawa dito ay magagamit natin when future disaster comes, no? And ito naman ay nagagawa natin na mai-relay sa ating mga ibang sundalo kung ano yung natutunan nila. Nagkakaroon naman ng re-echoing of the subject matters na natutunan natin sa Balikatan.
Sir, syempre tanong din ng iba, no? May kinalaman ba ito sa nangyayaring tensyon sa South Korea, itong Balikatan exercise?
Yan po ay palagi nang tinatanong sa atin, but we would like to reiterate that the ongoing Balikatan has nothing to do with the ongoing tension in North Korea and any issue. Dahil yung pong Balikatan ay matagal na pong naiplano. Yung yung final planning conference po ng Balikatan is December. Nangyari lamang po ang Korean tension about a few weeks ago. So wala po itong kinalaman doon. And we would like to assure our people that the Armed Forces of the Philippines is doing Balikatan in order for our troops to upgrade their skills, knowledge, and to be prepared not only in times of war, but most especially during disaster.
So sir, in way of assuring, no, meron tayong, do we have contingency plans for our Filipinos in South Korea?
Well, that is a foreign affairs matter, but the Armed Forces of the Philippines has readied its 2 C-130 planes and at least 3 ships to ferry our kababayans in South Korea. And of course, these are not enough, but these are the contribution of the Armed Forces of the Philippines in trying to safeguard our people in South Korea.
Okay, Major Garcia, I'll just return to Major Eastburn. Major Eastburn, can you, we go back to the previous equipments you've shared to us. Can you give us more knowledge about these equipments?
For example, I spoke earlier the Osprey aircraft.
Yes.
For those who aren't familiar with the aircraft, it's it's an airplane. It's a twin turboprop airplane that actually rotates its wings up and can travel like a helicopter. It's an exceptional piece of equipment. It's very maneuverable. We use it for HADR missions as well as transport. Another thing, we bring a lot of engineering equipment. Lots of basic engineering equipment that you would see in a civilian or an everyday use. However, you know, it's built up, more durable for the terrain here and the use that we use it for. Additionally, there's you know, multiple vehicles, and we learn with our Philippine counterparts. We use a lot of their equipment as well. So when something were to happen and we were to have to work together, we're familiar with both sets of equipment. It works out very well.
So sir, aside from aircrafts, what are the other equipments that we can share or we have?
Well, we've got helicopter here. We've brought helicopters here. There's some ships as well as you know, weapon systems, that sort of thing.
Okay, sir, this time what will be the difference of our training with the Filipino soldiers?
Well, this year compared to last few iterations, we're focused more on HADR and military-to-military interoperability. You know, we've got a lot to learn from each other, and that's what we do. That's what these exercises are designed to do. Each time we have these exercises, it only increases our interoperability, and especially this time we're focused on the HADR mission, and if something were to occur, we will be able to respond quickly and work together with little issues.
So Major, what type of disaster will you be focusing this year?
There's several scenarios. We're working specifically with a flooding scenario. There's earthquake. There's any natural disaster that you may see in this region of the world, typhoon, etc. That's more or less the issues that we're focusing on here.
Okay, Major, lastly, on your part, your expectations and message to, in this year, Balikatan exercises.
That's simple. Our mission here is to work closely with our Philippine counterparts, increase interoperability, and make sure that if and when a national disaster occurs, we are able to respond quickly and work together with little or no issues.
Okay, thank you, Major Eastburn. I'll just go back to Major Garcia. Major Garcia, kung maraming na itutulong sa atin itong US forces, ano naman ba in return ang atin namang na itutulong sa kanila?
Well, tulad ng nasabi natin, we lack the equipment, they have this equipment. But they provide the theories, but we provide the exact experience on combat aspect and other things, no? So, yung atin naman is interoperability yung ating gustong ma-achieve dito. Hindi natin tinitingnan kung ano yung equipment. Magkakaroon tayo ng complementary efforts kung sakaling merong mangyari na sakuna or any issue, any disaster. So, yun yung ating tinitingnan. Tayo ng subject matter expert exchanges regarding dun sa mga bagay na tayong mas nakakalam at sila naman dun sa mga equipment na sila yung meron. So, these are the exchanges that we are doing.
Lastly, Major Garcia, anong message natin sa ating mga Pilipinong sundalo na lalahok dito sa 2013 Balikatan exercises?
Well, ang ating po mga sundalo ay mga disiplinadong profesional ng ating sandatahan and makakaasa po kayo na sila po ay gagawa ng kanilang mga tungkulin. Tayo po ay nananawagan sa ating mga kababayan na suportahan po ang Balikatan sapagkat ito po ay isang pamamaraan upang tayo ay maging malapit sa ating mga karatig bansa. Sa mga pagkakataon na magkaroon ng mga disasters, calamities, sila po yung tutulong sa atin at kung sila naman ay magkaroon ng pagkakataon na magkaroon din ng disaster sa kanila, tayo ay maaaring tumulong sa kanila.
Okay.
Thank you very much po. Maraming salamat sa ating mga
Very well said, Major Garcia. And that was Major Emmanuel Garcia, Balikatan spokesman for Philippine contingent, and Major David Eastburn, Balikatan spokesman for the U.S. Forces. Thank you, gentlemen.